Good evening. Welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew. A lot going on. I got super uber duper looper excited that we had company this week and continuing on to next week, and it's just like a series of different types of visits. And so with as much disappointment that I experienced with it wasn't really about me not getting my way. It was that I don't even want to say apparently, but the short-term view was that everybody else got what they wanted while doing really shitty things to me. And they're all being kind of like nice to me, which was like such a surprise, like felt like a fucking blessing, because we had visitors over. And I forget that people don't want to look bad while visitors are around. Especially really, really important ones. So they pretend to be nice to me. Isn't that crazy? It's because they're being monitored. That's why they're being nice to me. That's why they're even like listening to me or anything, like including me in conversations. So anyway, I don't even really want to talk bad about things. But like I got super excited about these visitors. And so like it kind of like washed away everybody's sins. That's how high I get, seriously. And so like I just go with that. You know how people say like you pick your battles? Well, like I just run with my blessings. All of a sudden, like Spirit hands me this paperwork of initiate shit, and then like I throw it up in the air like and it bursts into confetti. That's my day. That's what happens when I get high off of that stuff. So some things to remember. This is what we're talking about here. Some things to remember while when extreme things happen in our life. Okay, extreme moments. And let me just color in the lines. Color within the lines. I don't know, man. Okay, so I was surprised to see these two cards come out. Six of Pentacles in reverse on the right hand, and then on the recipient side, the King of Wands in reverse. So those are the header cards. Some things to remember during extreme moments. Well, what this is showing me is withdraw. I don't think that's parallel to the meaning of forfeiting, but it's, you just withdraw your entry, basically. Put your contacts, your output, your charm on reserve. Again, they're saying play it small. And I'm like, who the fuck would tell me that? And I can't question it, because that was like the easiest message that came out of a whole mess of them on my last reading. See? So there are things that are happening And from what I remember, things are being done with style, which means also with class, which means that there's a timelessness about it, which means automatically that there's discipline involved in it. There's a methodical approach to it. It's not just like those forms that you fill out at work, one of those forms you fill out at work, and then like it's a routing form, and it freezes in one location, you don't know where it is, and then you have to stop whatever you're doing to like follow up on that, and it's like a chain reaction, like who is it? And things have maybe changed a lot since then, since back in that day. So it's not so hard copy and trying to chase down the like to get a status report. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you. This is one of my favorite like vintage dresses. I haven't worn it in like ever, I don't think. Maybe once. I wore it once. But yeah, I don't know. What do you want to say? Archangel Michael? So, yeah, things are happening. They do take some time. And I think because of how much of an intense response that others have given to anything that's great coming to me, it's time to play low key. And I'm kind of doing that. I'm kind of like, as I'm doing one thing and I'm kind of measuring out the processes and all these other things, like, oh, I was never given approval to do this part of it, so I just, if I'm not given that leeway, then just, it's fine. I'm gonna pick my battles. And so I'm weighing out how much time it's going to do certain things, and I'm being realistic with it, just fair. And when I have to do something that's the priority is based on the deadline rather than the person, I have to automatically assume that I'm going to get in trouble. I have to automatically assume that that I'm going to get yelled at for something, or scrutinized for it. And so I just accept it, and I have to just accept it with like the tiniest grain of salt. Oh, like 9 of Cups, for sure. I have to be happy with what I'm doing, my inputs. So with all these extremes that are happening, it's not letting anything really get to you. Like, even if it's something that's really big and great, like, the safest point, the most balance achieved is within the equilibrium, right? So why not just kind of nestle into that for a bit? Because with one blessing comes, something else that isn't so nice. And you know what? If I'm already getting that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm being reminded to know my enemies in that kind of concept. So I realized that during a dinner conversation. I shared something that was positive, that like everybody could learn from, because I just learned it, and it was like a very niche type of knowledge that was very cultural based, and I just wanted to share, and people could, because everybody was at least on my side of the table, was very proud of what their input was, and so I did it within the same ballpark, but it was very niche, and I, all of a sudden, people's faces were like, like they didn't smile anymore, and they were almost like devastated by by my input. Like they didn't go that far. It was on a different level. And so they just felt upstaged, rather than like, oh, this is something, like we could, I'll digest too. And I don't know. I guess I should be used to it by now. Oh, I have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands inverted. So I just subtly noticed it. I didn't run with it. I just kind of noticed it at the level of noticing at the corner of my eyes. And it was multiple females. Wow. Wow. And I didn't feel any regret for sharing. I was just shocked. But I had to applaud myself because other people saw it too. Other people saw it. It was funny. So then they played into the game too. Ever so slightly. But it's wonderful. This stage of my life, I'm beginning to see who's really grounded and smart. So that's interesting. So this is just noticing one's own power, Tina. It's good. And saying cheers to that. Whether somebody likes you or not, there's you can appreciate yourself. Yes. So during extreme times of yays and nays, I can still appreciate myself. That's something to remember. Something to remind myself of. Yeah. I don't know how many more learnings I have to go being at this place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of... Okay, let's be patient, Tina. Let's be patient. Okay. So what else do I need to be reminded of during extreme times? What is it? My eye is almost twitching. 3 of Cups. There's always something to celebrate, isn't there? I don't know. I mean, that's so dry. Let me see here. This is knowing, whoa, when you're seated at the table across from people who don't have the same intentions or motivations, it's but you can kind of play nice, not knowing that you're playing nice. I don't know. It's like for a while I was like, oh, we're really getting along. And then I heard one of them speak like side story, which is about her pets and how she was worried that one wasn't going to kind kind of warm up to the other, but eventually they did, and now they're doing just fine together. So that's, I could tell she was thinking while she was saying it, and she was side speaking to kind of suggest the same for us. But because it was so much up in her head, it was more of a proposition, a proposed state of being, rather than something that came authentic, you know, that came off organically, with goodwill. It was more so provided to save her own ass. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm really glad to have made those contacts. I'm not going to talk about everything, but what's suggested at this time, because I keep getting like really like my readings feel like so flatlined in the past like 2 or 3. It just feels very flatlined. And I feel like still people are still trying to find ways to energy siphon from me, and I we don't even want to say Archangel Michael. Four of Swords in reverse. And the Tower moment. King of Cups in reverse. Four of Wands facing the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's deliberate manipulation in this, like, ha ha ha, we're having festivities, we're playing together nicely, but then when things are not being monitored, that's what's really happening. It's yeah. So the suggestion for me is to continue my this practice to ensure that any attempts are what is it, you know, like you're working on your immune system. That's what it is. Constantly working on your immunities to because something big is coming, and I don't, there's something very, very big, like a very, very big choice coming. Like this is monolith energy. Is that what that is? Like monolith? It's weird. I usually have clearer readings, but it's like they don't want to give me that. The World card in reverse, and then what fell between my legs, the Ace of Cups extroverted. So this is a constant flow, a constant fountain. Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. Huh. Okay, I'm going to leave it free form. Archangel Michael, what does Spirit want to say to me? What's going on? Queen of Cups extroverted and the Queen of Swords And then peeking down below is death. And then, why is it 2 of Wands in reverse right there? So it was extroverted. There's a lot of reflection here. And that's what's depicted here in this card too. The 4 of Swords. But it's in reverse. So work on your resonance is what they're saying. Healing. Okay. Reflection. This is just making me stronger. So this is just like, you know, like an extra long exam. That's what this is. A freaking long ass exam. Okay, fine. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Or Wheel of the Year is what they're saying. Oh yeah, this is really good actually. It's very, very good. It's me having the right of way basically. And this reversal, it's not just being objective to the situation, but I'm being seated at the table as the head part. Like I'm on this side of the table leading it, leading discussion. So, and that's, you know, clarifying it. You know, all the most visible cues and the most obvious colors from these 2 cards are carried out through here. You see? Are carried onto here. Yeah. So this is victory already happening in plain sight. And I really felt it yesterday. Like it seriously baptized the heck out of my previous days. Yeah, I even broke curfew on my like boundaries. Like I have a cap on when I, you know, need to go back to my personal life. I was like, no, these people are worth it. Our visitors. So I broke my curfew on a whim, and I do not regret that. So yeah. I'm curious what like the next days are going to hold, you know? Because this is still not like the end all be all. This is not just like it in my life. Just one of the things. Okay. I was shocked because the girl that has her older dog, she's talking about him last night, and so my bitch face in my head is saying, "Oh, he's not dead yet." For all the shit you've done, you know, like I was thinking that, not like I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. I was shocked, and I was thinking, you know, when I thought of that, what immediately came to mind is that the most like powerful healers come from very extreme, like sharp moments, from dark moments. And so perhaps her love for her dog is what's keeping, you know, it's like that's what's saving her basically. saving her pet. So, I mean, even within discussions, I was giving her advice for like over half an hour as she kept asking questions about what other type of pet is good for her during the timing, transitions, the blends, etc. And so like to, help alleviate what's inevitably going to come. So I'm really not much of like that bitch face in my head that I last depicted, but I was shocked. I was like, are my divinations wrong? And I don't think they're wrong. They're just different timelines of realities where people have the opportunity to change and modify like what's going on without how do I say it? By putting in the work, putting in the extra goodwill. Rather than energetic manipulations. It's something that organically happens, that allowance. So, what do you want to say, Archangel Michael? The Moon card, yeah. Manifesting that. Yeah, the Star card, yeah. This is, yeah, things are coming together. The picture is coming together. Yeah, there's still some haze and like things that are not clear in my picture, but like the overwhelming amount of like joy and happiness and like things are going to change and the hope that I have from yesterday's experience was just did I say overwhelming already? Yeah, I'm gonna reuse it. I'm gonna recycle it back to like the end of the sentence. Yeah, I was happy with the way things were. It's great when you see that there's a possibility for change. And that I'm not the only one for it. Not just change, like improving things. So Temperance, and then the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, that definitely chilled me out. And reminded me to invest in myself, like, without being so hard on myself. You know, when you experience resentment and you're like, well, I'll just take back my power. Fine then, I didn't want to play with you anyway. But in a much more aggressive tone. This is more like, no, like there are some things that are worthwhile in this realm of life, and I know exactly what to give it to. Not you guys, like, but you're also not gonna get like the shittiest version of me either. That's still part of my life, so that's good. That's something to remember also. Nine of Swords, High Priestess, and Justice is on the bottom. So there's a huge emphasis here. Yeah, they're saying like, Tina, just stay put. Stay put. Like, you know what's coming. So this is basically massive Gemini energy. It's not just downloading information, but applications of it in its most intense form. This is like the Tower card. It is, because, oh my gosh, this is a Tower card in its most positive sense. It's making those firm decisions without swaying consult. Like, we're not taking a poll here, no. But like, this is insane. This is this is affirm 4 of Wands. Let me see. Oh my gosh, there's some like LGBTQ energy here, because there's 2 strong females here. And they have supporting roles, like very complementary roles to each other. But there is a huge emphasis. This is what laid on the right side of my lap. And so this is a very intense area of my life. So it can be a little exhausting, but to take rest, because there's a huge emphasis on not downplaying what's happening. And to go with that energy and just, like, why do they keep saying play it small? I think really it's just like to take it easy on myself. Just, yeah. So they're just saying like stay put, just like, excuse me, kind of like play dead a little. Mm. Mm. Okay. Things are looking up. Top of the deck is the 4 of Cups in reverse. Again, there's like, this is like multiple choice question, but it's the most obvious answer. It's taking that most obvious answer. So basically this is like extra credit giveaway. It's deliberately made to like one up you. What? That's crazy. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. It's totally. That's crazy. I did not expect that. Okay, so did I look at the bottom? I'm hearing there is no shelter here. The front line is everywhere. Bury the past, rob us blind, and leave nothing behind. Americanize. View the world from Americanized. Bury the past. Am I remembering that correctly? I don't know why I got that. Top of the deck. No secret is the Magician. Oh, these are moments where like you can do what you want, Tina. Like conserve your energy, and then channel it to something else. Yeah, dropping. So this is dropping the burdens of like what doesn't work, like those communications, like, you know, that keep you very much stagnant. And it's just working with like junior player energy who don't know their shit, but Spirit's right behind all of this, like doing the chaperoning. All right. Okay, so what is your takeaway? Our takeaway, I guess. Oh, it's a 10 of Cups. Look how beautiful is that. That's great news. That's a lot of happiness. A lot of happiness. Like, this is not just like wish fulfillment, but also dream innovations. This is DreamWorks. This is excuse me. This is envisioning like what can we do like for the future, you see? It's like birthing something, like, oh, we're gonna, in this new nursery, we're gonna put up this, and we're gonna put up that, and it's just a welcoming, for sure. Okay, so what is my takeaway? Just my takeaway, Spirit. Eight of Wands in reverse. They don't want to say. It's a freaking... Okay, fine. I mean, they gave me so many other great cards, surprisingly. But this is leading towards, like, obviously a happy ending. They just don't want to ruin it for me. Okay, fine. I'm told to get one from here. Okay. Lou. What is that? The tower moment again. There's something very big coming through. And this one too? Can't say that it be. You see, like, something's... This is kind of like crab energy too, but it's also like devil energy. Do you see that? Like, crab, coming through. It's weird. But it's kind of like also devil energy too. You can't tell. Like, you're like, what in the devil? that's when it, like, that's what I'm talking about when I say devil energy. Had to go with it. But it's definitely something that is a feeler. Yeah, something's, this is like a major occurrence. Major occurrence. Out of this world, almost like unearthing, what do you call it? Like extraterrestrial energy that's within. There's something major going on the, you see? If you'll zoom it right in, you can tell exactly what I'm talking about. That's interesting. Okay. I want to get more. Spirit. Is that okay? Justice and the Hangman. Yeah, again. Time shall tell. Tick tock, tick tock. This is crazy. You can't even see their face. See? That's so strange. That's strange. I forgot what song that was. Anyway, one for us. Takeaway. King of Wands in reverse. Again. Keep your energy to yourself. Your charm. Your contacts. Just don't give it all away. And know, who to kind of visit. It's like something about, like, why buy the milk when you can get the cow for free or something like that. Something about, like, after you start, why do they want me to say it like that? So, like, when you start selling your milk or whatever it is, know who to sell it to. Like, know who you're, don't waste your time, basically. Don't waste your time, whether this way or that way, What is just my takeaway, Spirit? Tell me. Oh. Knight of Wands, upright. Something's happening where, like, I'm consuming magic. Why do I keep getting something about consumption? It's a theme in my readings. It's very subtle. It's like murky, like, it's about consumption. Like, I'm not just consuming, what the heck? Why did I get that? Consumption. card in reverse. It's weird. Like they're giving me this thing, you know, like in Ghostbusters, where they harvest those ghosts into that box, right? There's something about where I'm harvesting lost souls or like other people's magic or something. There's something like in the air that's really weird where the people that aren't using their magic properly, you know, with ill intent, that are deliberately, you know, doing those things. Like I keep getting that, but this is like kind of monster energy where it's not just people like giving that to me, like bestowing it to me, uh without the intention to like give it up, but it happens that way. It's more so now that there's some energetic where I am taking it, consuming their power, so it's now identified as mine. Do you see this? Like that. There's it's so weird. Yeah. This ends multiple cycles, not just my own. So, what? That's crazy. Why would I get something like that? That's strange. I'm curious. What is all this about? 5 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Star in reverse. This is like a black hole. Like, you know, it's siphoning. You know, it's instead of a star being born, it's a star like self-imploding, kind of. You see, something is humbled, like no one up. There's no more harm being done. Like there's like a vacuum of like Cookie Monster, like nom 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 nom. Do you see? This is this is this is insane. This is so strange. So this is not even me like policing anything anymore. It just automatically happens because there's been that many things that have happened. Now is this permanent? Like what is this, because we talked about changeability, but there's something that tells me it's a permanent thing. This is like the last straw. This is like the short end of the stick. I don't know, man. Let me find out. Archangel Michael does not fuck with me. Like in a bad way. So it was, sorry, Archangel Michael, I want to say 10 of Cups in reverse. And what is the clarifying card for that, Goddess Kali? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's okay. So the clarifying card, because you put clarifying cards on the bottom of things. You see these two like figures? These cups are like pointing to here. The black is like, you know, the identifiers here. The identifiers here. It's being given to me. Okay. I'll go with it. That's strange. Oh my gosh, you know the color? Okay, so I was working on this spreadsheet of like events, and I modified it to kind of get our shit in order, without even being asked. I was just like, okay, well, I'm due for, you know, something more improved. Like if I know that, like, I deserve something during this, like, performance review time, and so I elevated without even, like, and so I was very disappointed that they didn't, follow through with certain things, and so, like, I just gave, I don't know, it just felt like I overgave at that point. But I realized the universe is balancing things out. So, why did I? Oh, the color coding, the events that have been completed, like done, like crumpled up. Okay, you see her headpiece, crumpled up. That's the same purple, the light purple on there that I indicated as events completed. Because we had certain color codings or whatever, and somebody tried to, like, kind of take over and kind of claim ownership of the things that I was doing. And like, when you when people, like, try to claim something of yours to give them a boost, but, like, they how do I say it? I don't even know how to, like, it doesn't even fucking matter. What fucking matters about this message is that I modified it. Like, I honored. I was like, okay, it's whatever. You want to be the boss. Okay, you're labeled as the boss, be the boss, whatever. So I'll just checklist, whatever. And so I had to identify. I had to do the color change because we couldn't have any duplicates, and I chose that color, the light purple, because that was the only thing that was just kind of. So it was done. So essentially, like crumpling up and throwing away, okay, page of wands in reverse, it's unfinished business. It's yeah. So there's ongoing unfinished business. So I'm continuing to, like, whatever's completed, I am actually receiving those things, and it is going to me. It is supplementing me. That's crazy. That's insane, because, like, I don't usually have Excel sheets with that light purple. It's just like the last color that's picked for for anything like that. So I thought that very strange. But it's ringing in my head, like, completed, as by sequence, the world card. Done. Oh, this is what do you call it? Heads will roll. This is, like, according to plan. Hidden in plain sight. That's crazy. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna pull the rest of the cards by myself. But I'm told to grab one from here, which is Book of Shadows Tarot. As both trophy cup. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now that this reading is officially over, I thank all my sponsors, all my supporters, all donations provided in light and love. I certainly appreciate it. But now that this reading is officially over, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with the sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. No.